ready for a numerical? Okay. So hello everyone, welcome to AVLSI lecture number 31.2. Today we are going to cover few numericals on MOS differential amplifier numericals. This is part number 2. Part number 1 we have already completed. Yeah. So let's move on to numerical number 1. It says that in the circuit of figure 31.2.1, W by L ratios of M1 and M2 is same, given by 25 divided by 0.5. ISS is given by 1 milliampere and VDD is given as 3 volt. Okay, so you can take the print screen of this numerical, and we are supposed to find three things. First, calculate the required value of input common mode voltage for which RSS sustains 0.5 volts. Meaning they are asking us to find V in of CM whenever V RSS value is 0.5 volt. Second, we have to calculate the value of RD for a differential gain of phi. So over here, differential gain is given and we have to calculate the value of RD. Then in the third part, we have to calculate what happens at the output. If the input common mode level is 50 millivolt higher than the value calculated in A. So whatever value of input common mode voltage which you got in A, you just add 50 millivolt to it and calculate what will be the effect on the output. Fine. So let's begin with the solution. And they have given the values of mu and Cox, VTH, lambda and gamma is 0. That is good news because it will simplify the analysis. And VDD is given as 3 volt. Fine. So let's proceed now. So first of all, we have to find the required input common mode voltage for which RSS is equal to 0.5. RSS sustains a 0.5 volt. Okay, that means over here your VRSS value is given as 0.5, ISS value is given as 1 milliampere. So what will be RSS value? RSS value will be VRSS divided by IRSS, correct? So it will be 0.5 volt divided by 1 milliampere. Now here we can directly write the answer as 500 ohm. You don't even require a calculator to calculate this. Fine. Now we have to find V in of CM. What is V in of CM? Input common mode voltage. That is equal to V in 1. That is equal to V in 2. So what do we do is we apply the gate to KVL to the gate to source voltage loop of M1 transistor. So what happens is we get V in of CM minus VGS1 minus VRSS is equal to 0. Correct? So V in of CM is equal to VGS1 plus VRSS, and VRSS value is 0.5. So V in of CM is equal to VGS1 plus 0.5 volt. Fine. So that means we have to find the value of VGS1 next. So we also assume that, since the circuit is symmetric, ID1 plus ID2 is equal to ISS. Okay, provided here you get a constant steady current. So ID1 is equal to ID2 is equal to ISS by 2 because we are assuming M1 and M2 are both symmetric. So they will carry 0.5 milliampere of current. So we got a value of ID1 and ID2 which is equal to ISS by 2. Now ID, the drain current equation can be written as half mu and Cox W over L VGS1 minus VTH the whole square. So VGS can be written as VTH plus square root of twice ID divided by mu and Cox W by L. Now since ID1 and ID2 are same, your technology parameters are also same. So we can write VGS1 is also equal to VGS2. Correct? Because over here we see that ID1 and ID2 are same. Now if ID1 and ID2 are same, and if W by L ratios are same for both, also the VTH is same for both, we can say that VGS1 is equal to VGS2. So now we can write VGS1 is equal to, formula is equal to VTH plus square root of twice ID1 divided by mu and Cox W by L. Now what is ID1? 0.5 milliamperes. Mu and Cox value is given as 50 micro. W by L of 1 is given as 50 and VTH is 0.5. So please verify whether the value of VGS is coming out to be 1.2324 volts or no. One of you please verify this and let me know. Is VGS1 coming out to be 1.2324? Quickly check. Or are you all getting a different answer in this? Okay. So once you get the value of VGS1, you calculate V in of CM, that is the input common mode level voltage. So that is VGS1 plus 0.5, that is 1.2324 plus 0.5. So you get the value of V in of CM equal to 1.7324. Please verify this. I'm giving you some time. So the input common mode voltage is 1.7324 volt, depending upon the given data. Fine. Can one of you confirm whether you are getting these answers or no? Yeah. Are you all doing it along? It will be helpful for you when you do it for the second time then. Are the values matching? Okay. For the second part, they are asking us to calculate the value of RD when the differential gain is given. AD is given as phi. Mod of AD is given as phi. We know that, your this should be not minus, this should be AD. So AD is basically given as minus phi, and AD is actually given by the formula minus GM1 into RD. Actually minus GM into RD, because GM1 and GM2 are equal to GM. Okay, so we got it equal to phi is equal to minus of GM1 into RD. We have to find the value of RD. So to find the value of RD, we have to find the value of GM1. And GM1 is given by the formula equal to square root of twice mu and Cox W by L of 1 into ID1. Right? So ID1 value is 0.5 milli, W by L ratio is 50, and mu and Cox is 50 micro. So please let me know the value of GM2. Sorry, GM1. GM1, GM2, it's both are same, but GM1 value. Please let me know this value. If someone is solving this in calculator, please cross check. So you all can unmute and tell me what is the value of GM1. Quickly, we can solve another numericals also. Yeah. What are you all getting the value of GM1? Is it equal to 1.5811 milliampere per volt GM1 value? Please check this number. If you are getting anything different than that, please let me know. So in the meanwhile, I'll proceed. So we have been given AD is equal to RD into GM1. So now RD will be equal to AD divided by GM1. That will be 5 divided by 1.5811 milli ampere per volt. So if you do this calculation, the RD value comes out to be 3.162 kilo ohms. Okay. Now in the third case, they have given a new common mode input voltage, which is 50 millivolt higher than the previous value. So that means if I subtract V in of CM of new minus V in of CM of old, you will get delta V in of CM, that is the, the common mode input voltage difference is equal to 50 millivolt. Okay. But your V out minus Vx, V out is equal to Vx minus Vy, and your voltage gain, common mode voltage gain is given by AV of CM, which is given by V out upon V in, which is nothing but Vx minus Vy upon V in of CM. Vx minus Vy we can write it as delta Vxy. Okay, and we have derived this formula just few minutes ago, that the voltage gain for the common mode voltage gain is given by minus RD2 minus RD2 divided by 2, the whole divided by 1 upon twice GM plus RSS. So we can simplify this further. So your voltage gain formula becomes minus GM into RD divided by 1 plus twice GM into RSS. Okay, so that means your mod of delta Vx, delta Xy divided by delta V in of CM is equal to GM RD plus twice GM RSS. Now GM value we got it, right? GM1, GM2 and GM are same. So we got it as 1.5811 milli. RD value is, we found it to be 3.162. We substituted over here, and we get 1 plus twice GM into RSS. RSS is 500 ohm, and GM value we just now calculated. So this, delta XY, VXY divided by delta V in of CM, we got the result equal to 1.9369. Okay, but what are they asking? They are asking us to find out the value of output, that is delta VXY. So we'll multiply this with delta V in of CM. So delta V in of CM is actually 50 millivolt. Correct? Let us check it out. Yeah, 50 millivolt difference is there, right? So let me continue. Yeah, here it is. So what happens is the result gets multiplied by minus 50 millivolt, because delta V in of CM is 50 millivolt. So your delta VXY is given, the final result is 96.84 millivolt. Please cross check this. Its value is coming out to be 96.84 millivolt. Are you all getting the same answer? Yeah. Are you all getting 96.84 millivolt and 1.9369? Okay. So now there are other numericals also. Correct. Now due to shortage of time, I am only covering one. There are three more numericals. One is the design of NMOS differential pair, right? Other is based on. Let me show it to you. Describe it. Other is also based on calculating the minimum allowable supply voltage for the transistors to remain in saturation. And the fifth numerical was again the design kind of a thing, related to your equilibrium overdrive voltage, right? So here we have to calculate the value of ISS, right? So all these four remaining numericals will cover, in the next class, or I'll be sharing with you the recorded link. Is that fine? You all can watch it and do the steps on your own in your books. Is that fine? So I'll stop over here in the question number 1 of AVLSI lecture number 31 part 2. I'll stop the recording now.